Hello guys, I am Shiva. Welcome to Minerva. So in the last class we have started the cell cycle, cell division and chromosomes, which we already started. That we understood mitosis, cell division means how actually all the phases happening in the mitosis division. Now in this class we will understand the second type of cell division, which is meiosis cell division. Okay, so I already told you that in our body two types of cell division can be seen. Okay, first is mitosis. Mitosis means all those type of cell division which is happened in our body cells. Okay, and meiosis happens in the gamete formation. During the gamete formation there is another kind of cell division happened, which we call meiosis cell division. Okay, so if we cut in our body, that repairs by the cell division which is mitosis cell division. But during the formation of gamete, because gametes is the necessary, because during the formation of the next generation, it needs to fuse two gametes, male gamete and female gamete. After fusing of those gametes, the next generation or newborn baby will produce. So for that reason, gamete needs to produce. Okay, so formation of the gamete, it's not actually our body cell, normal body cell. That gametes is the chromosome number of the gametes is totally half of our normal body cells. Okay, so that gamete, production of the gamete, that happened by the process of meiosis cell division. So how actually all the phases, I mean during the meiosis cycle, what phases are happened, that we will understand in this lecture. Okay, so let's start the topic, which is meiosis. In the case of mitosis, I already told you that mitosis is the equational division, means the number of the chromosome before and after the cell division remains same. But in the case of meiosis, that number of chromosome will just get half. Okay, so we call this is a reductional division. Meiosis. So in meiosis, we can divide meiosis on the phases, which is first meiotic phase. Actually meiotic happened during the two phases. Okay, meiosis happened during the two cell division actually occurs rapidly. Okay, first is meiosis 1 and then the meiosis 2 will happen. I'm just giving you the brief actually first, that how actually cells will divide and produce a gamete during the meiosis. Okay, so first if I say this is our normal body cell. Okay, in our body cell there is a two types of, I mean one pair or two number of chromosomes. Each set of the chromosomes are present. Suppose I'm taking, there are 46 number of chromosomes in our body. There are 46 number of chromosomes, or we can say 23 pair of chromosomes present. Okay, so I'm taking only one pair of chromosome. I'm showing you that how it actually produce during the gamete. It will just reduce its chromosome number. Okay, so first I'm showing you that suppose this is a one chromosome which came from my, suppose this chromosome came from my father. Okay, and there is another chromosome. There is 23 pair of chromosome. I'm showing you just one pair of chromosome here. Okay, here the centromere region is present, and the another pair number of chromosome. This chromosome, suppose in my case, not in my case, every case, this chromosome came from my mother. Okay, so one chromosome came from my father and another chromosome came from my mother. So what actually happened in the case of during the formation of gamete, it needs to reduce its chromosome number. Suppose inside the cell there is a 23 number of pair of chromosomes present. Here I am taking only one pair. So if it will not reduce during the formation of gamete, what actually will happen? If it will not reduce the number of chromosome, because during the gamete formation, gametes always containing only haploid number of chromosomes. Okay, means only one set of chromosome will present. It will not present in a pair. Okay, like if I have in my body cells, there is a 23 pair of chromosome. In my gamete, there will be only 23 number of chromosome, not pair. Okay. So during the production of gamete, chromosome number will get reduced. It will just get half. Okay. And it will produce the 23 number only, not pair. Here 23 pairs are present, but during the formation of gamete, it will just get a half. Okay. So this one gamete is produced. If it will not reduce its number of chromosome, what will happen? Suppose it is containing the chromosome number which is 46, okay, or 23 pair. Suppose I'm giving an example. If it will not reduce its number, what actually happen? This gametes, this male gamete, suppose this is a male gamete which is 23 pair of chromosome, and here, because during the formation of zygote, means the new baby, the gamete number from the mother, it will come only 23 number of chromosome, and from the father it will come 23 number of chromosome. If it will come in the 46 number of chromosome or 23 pair of chromosome, then what will happen? Suppose this this chromosome or this gamete is coming from its father, and this gamete is coming from mother. So both are containing 23 pair of chromosomes. So what will happen in the next generation? It will produce 46 pair. 46 pair of chromosome it will produce, means it's just chromosome number is get doubled in this case. So it will not remain the human. I mean, ये human नहीं रहेगा, ये कुछ अलग ही प्रजाति बन जाएगा. The species will become the another species. I mean, it will not become the stay in a human species. Okay. तो species का changes आना start हो जाएगा अगर this number of chromosome will not get reduced. Okay. That kind of problems will happen. Because every time whenever gamete will produce, and after the fusion of the gamete, it will just get the double its chromosome number from its parent. Means पिता को अगर parents को अगर 23 पेयर था, इसमें 46 आ गया. Now इसके बाद अगर इसका gamete होगा, तो that gamete also containing 46 number of chromosome or 46 pair of chromosome, I mean. So that will produce the double number of chromosome in that case also. Okay. So in that case, it will produce again the 92 number of pairs, 92 pairs of chromosome it will present. So always of every next generation, it will just increase or double its chromosome number. If the chromosome number will not reduce during the formation of gamete, that kind of problem will happen. Okay. अगर हर एक बार क्रोमोसोम नंबर रिड्यूस नहीं होगा, आई मीन हाफ नहीं होगा, सो ये क्या करेगा? हर एक बार क्रोमोसोम का डबल इट्स नंबर कर देगा. और इफ इट विल गेट डबल, द स्पीसीज विल बिकम द अनदर स्पीसीज एक्चुअली. ओके, मतलब स्पीसीज का चेंजेस आना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. सो दैट विल नॉट हैपन इन आवर केस. सो इन आवर केस व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंड? This is the normal mitosis cell division actually. Okay, happened. If it will continue or remain same the chromosome number, it will happen by only mitosis cell division. Mitosis cell division. So during the formation of gamete, mitosis cell division will not occur. What which actually occur? It will go through the meiosis cell division. So meiosis cell division is different than mitosis cell division, because mitosis cell division will stable its chromosome number, means the chromosome number will remain same in the next cell or the daughter cells. But in the case of meiosis, the chromosome number will reduce. How it actually reduced? I'll show you that. Okay, and why it's also necessary. So if it will divide by the process of meiosis cell division, then what will happen here? The number of chromosome here, I already told you that one pair of one set of chromosome came from father and one set of chromosome came from mother. So here the next division, when the division will occur, first before the division, actually what actually happened during the interphase, during the phase of interphase, there the synthesis of the chromosome will occur, means that one chromosome will just get double its content, okay, not number, means 23 pair of chromosome will remain 23 pair of chromosome, but the one pair or each chromosome will just get double its content. How it actually get doubled? Here the one another arm or chromatin will produce, means if first it was containing only one chromatin, but after the synthesis of the chromosome, that actually happened. I already told you that synthesis of the chromosome happened in the synthesis phase, in the interphase. Okay, so after the doubled its chromosome content, means the chromatin number will get doubled. Okay, and here also chromatin number will get doubled. Chromosome number is remain same, means here also chromosome number is 2. How actually we count chromosome number? On the presence of centromere, means how many centromeres are present. Okay, centromere is the region where the two arm of the chromosome is attached. Okay, and that this portion is very important. I already told you that during the anaphase movement, what actually happened, this centromere region, which is containing kinetochore, that kinetochore actually kind of protein actually present here, that protein will break down. Okay, and two portion or two chromatin will just start to moving opposite side of each other. So this centromere is also important, and from this region spindle fibers also passes through this region. Okay, so in the next case what actually happened, so this is the normal after interphase. This is the cell where chromosome number just gets double its content, but the number of the chromosome is remain same, only content is doubled. So during the meiosis division, what actually happened, these chromosomes will come to each other. Okay, there are 23 pair of chromosomes. Suppose I am taking, this is the 5 number of chromosome in this cell, okay, or in my body, suppose. Okay, suppose this is the 5 number of chromosome which is came from my mother, and this chromosome is also 5 number of chromosome. Okay, this also came from my mother. Okay, so number of chromosome is same, means this is, if this is 5 number of chromosome, this is also 5 number chromosome. They will come in a closer to each other. Okay, during the time of meiosis, and what they will do, they will just change or exchange their genetic material, means what actually are there inside the chromosome. If I draw a chromosome, which I will show you in the next topic, because that is chromosome. I'm showing you just briefly here. Suppose this is a chromosome, okay, this is the centromere region. Inside the chromosome, what is actually present? There is a thread-like structure which we call DNA. Okay, this kind of structure is present inside the chromosome, and what actually happened, this DNA molecule or the chromosome portion, suppose this is this chromosome, the number of chromosome is same, means suppose this is the 5 number chromosome, this is also 5 number chromosome. It will come in a closer in the during the process of meiosis, and what will happen, this is the DNA molecule which is present inside the chromosome. So during the meiosis, both the chromosomes will come to closer to each other, and they will exchange their genetic material. Okay, how they will exchange their genetic material? This arm, let me first tell you that these chromosomes, which is the number of chromosomes is same, just only one came from my father and one came from my mother. This chromosome we call homologous chromosome. Okay, homologous chromosome. This chromosome we call homologous chromosome, and during the interphase, I already told you, it will just double its content, means this kind of structure it will produce. So here also DNA contents is present, these thread-like structures. Okay, so these chromosomes which came from father and mother, number of chromosomes is same, means the 5-number chromosome, which we call homologous chromosome. Okay, why we call it a homologous chromosome? Because inside the chromosome, if there is a one kind of gene, suppose this gene, these genes control my height. Okay, these genes, this chromosome which came from my father, and this is came from my mother. Okay, so here one gene is present inside the chromosome. Here one gene is present which controls my height. Okay, so this is the loci. Actually, we call this position where the same kind of factor or same type of gene. Actually, Mendel used the term factor. After some years, we call this factor actually is gene. Okay, so the same type of gene present in the same in the loci, I mean the position we call actually loci. Okay, and here suppose another gene is present which is controlling my eye color, suppose. Okay, and here also one chromosome which is controlling my eye color, same chromosome, same character, I mean same gene will present. Then this kind of chromosome we call homologous, because the factors or the genes which is present in the same position and or same loci, which is same. Okay, same type of gene present in the same loci. So that kind of chromosome we call homologous chromosome, and there are 2 chromatin is present, and if I call arm, there are 4 arm is present, and these chromatins we call sister chromatid, because from one centromere 2 chromatids are attached. So we call these are sister chromatid. Sister chromatid. Okay, so from one chromosome there are 2 chromatin which we call sister chromatid, but this chromosome is different, then we call this chromatid, and this chromatid we call, these are the non-sister chromatid, because it's not containing the same centromere, it's containing the different centromere, so we will call it's a non-sister chromatid. And in between the non-sister chromatid but homologous chromosome, one most important thing that is happening during the meiosis process, that is we call crossing over. Okay, what actually happened in crossing over? This non-sister chromatid will come closer to each other and they will just exchange their genetic material. Suppose here one chromosome is, one gene is present that is determining my blood group. Okay, and here also one gene is present which is controlling my blood group, and there is one gene which is controlling my skin color, and suppose I'm taking just as a random examples. Okay, and here one gene which is controlling my skin color. Okay, so how these chromosomes, because listen first, during the formation of gamete, if it will transfer the same genetic character, what will happen? The variation will not come, means the children's or the child will looks like his father, same, totally they will looks like their father. Okay, वो लोग पूरा ही अपना पापा और मम्मी की तरह दिखने लगेगा. Okay, if this kind of things will not occur, means the crossing over is necessary, because crossing over के समय क्या होता है? These chromosomes, the chromatids, non-sister chromatid will come closer to each other and they will just exchange their genetic material. How they will exchange their genetic material? Let me show you. Okay, and during the after the changing of their or exchanging of their genetic material, they will get variation. Okay, suppose this portion is controlling some another gene, I mean this gene which is present in this position, which is controlling some kind of factor or some kind of character in my body. And here is one gene present here that is controlling another character in my body. If these genes will come and it will just suppose after coming to each other, this portion will transfer here and this portion will transfer here. Then what will happen? The chromosome which will produce in the next cell, I mean after the division of the cell, this chromosome when come in another cell, this gamete of this cell will be the different in character. Okay, ये जो नया सेल बनेगा इसका कैरेक्टर तभी चेंज होगा, अदरवाइज दिस क्रोमोसोम विल रिमेन सेम इन द नेक्स्ट सेल ऑल्सो. अगर सेम रहता है तो प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा, वो टोटली अपने पापा के या फिर मम्मी के जैसा दिखना स्टार्ट होगा, मतलब दिखेगा. ओके, सो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स नॉट हैपन हियर बिकॉज only because of this crossing over. So how actually crossing over occurred? Let me show you. These arms, this arm actually, what it will happen, it will come here like this way, and this arm will, I'm drawing it another color, this arm will come this way. Okay, they will cross each other. Okay, and during the cross each other, they will exchange their genetic material. From this chromosome, genetic material will come from this chromosome to this chromosome, and genetic material also will come from that chromosome to this chromosome. Okay, so when it will detach, during the time of detachment, which we call the okay, first understood one interesting term, I mean one term which you have to remember, that is we call synapse. Okay, or chiasma. This portion, the attachment portion of two chromosomes, we call chiasma. Okay, and after the chiasma formation, these chromosomes will detach, and during the detachment it will take this chromosome's portion and this chromosome will take another chromosome's portion. So this kind of things will happen during the meiosis. So the meiosis is also important for the variation. Okay, in the significance in your books that given that variation will occur during meiosis. So meiosis is important for variation. Why? I mean, how actually variations will occur? This kind of things, this crossing over, because of the crossing over only variations will occur. Okay, and let me tell you that after the crossing over, what will happen? Okay, come to this topic which I was explaining, that is during meiosis what actually happened. This cell's number 5 chromosome from number 5 chromosome, it already doubled its genetic content or the chromosome content, and during the division it will produce, first division of meiosis, it will produce two cells. First division of meiosis, it will produce two cells which we call reduction division, because one chromosome will come in this cell and one chromosome, another chromosome will come in this cell. Okay, so this kind of structure it will show. Here centromere is present. Okay, this kind of structure it will show during the first meiosis or meiotic division. This we call first meiotic division. First meiotic division. So what actually happened? Chromosome number is just got halved. Okay, just reduced. So we call this division is reduction division, and after that it will again divide and it will produce 2 more cells or 4 more cells from 2 cells. 4 cells will produce, and each cell will containing 1 chromosome. Here the chromosome number came like this way. Okay. Here also 1 chromosome is containing, but the number of content of the chromosome, which is doubled here. So after the division of this division, means the meiotic 2 division, the chromosome content will reduce, but the number of chromosome remains same. Means this division actually is totally mitosis type of division. Okay. In the case of mitosis, what actually happened? During interphase, this kind of structure it will produce, means the DNA content will get doubled, and DNA content, not number. Okay, DNA means actually I'm talking about the chromosome. Chromosome content will double, but after the division, the content or will get reduced, but the number of the chromosome remains same. So here actually happened the same thing, which we call the we also can call this division is same as like the mitosis division. So we call this is the equatorial division, means the number of the chromosome will remain same here. Okay. So the newly formed, these are actually the gametes. Okay, means the sperm and the ovum. These are the, after get certain time spending certain time of period, and they will get some nutrition. They will take some nutrition and they will produce sperm and ovum. Okay, so this kind of things actually happen here. Now we will understand how actually these steps are happening. Okay, means this cell division, all the paths, all the processes, that's like prophase, metaphase, which we already understood in mitosis division. Here also those kind of phases are occurring. Okay, how actually those phases, and during that phases what kind of characters one cell or one nucleus is showing, that we will understand now. Okay. So this is what actually happened in the meiosis division. Now we will understand in detailed explanation of meiosis. Okay, what are the processes? I mean, what are the phases that actually go this meiosis division go through? Okay, those phases we will understand. Like in the case of mitosis, the phases are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Like that way, those phases are also present in this case, in the meiosis division. But there are 2 division will occur. Means first meiotic 1 division will occur, and then meiotic 2 division will happen. Okay, here meiotic 2. So we can categorize meiosis in 2 categories, like meiosis, which we can categorize like, first is interphase is happening in both the cases, meiosis and mitosis, like the same way. Okay, but the meiotic division or mitotic division, that is different. In the mitosis, that is happening mitotic division, but in the case of meiosis, meiotic division will, meiotic type of, the division which we call meiotic. Okay, so we can categorize in 2 categories. First is meiotic 1, and then meiotic 2. From here to here, the meiotic 1 will occur, and from here to here, the meiotic 2 will happen. So meiotic 1 can be also categorized on the, categorize means all the processes which will involved in meiotic 1, that those are, first is prophase 1. And here also, but this is also, this is we call prophase 2. After prophase there is a metaphase. This prophase 1 is very important, okay, because during that period of time, the crossing over, which I already explained, that crossing over will happen in the prophase 1. Okay, so after prophase 1, metaphase 1 will happen, and here the same thing, metaphase 2. And after metaphase there is, you say what actually happened after metaphase? that is anaphase. Very good. So after that, here also anaphase, here anaphase 1 and here anaphase 2. Anaphase 2. And after anaphase, there is the last stage which we call telophase. Telophase 1. And here telophase 2. First, these processes will happen, then this cell will enter in the second phase, which is meiotic 2 division. Okay, and this prophase, we can divide this prophase in sub few category, or sub few steps, which we call the sub stages or sub phases. First is 5 phases will involve in the prophase 1. Okay, those 5 phases are: first is leptotin, second is zygotin, third is diplotin, third is pachytin. Few people say pachytin, but that is we call pachytin, because packaging will happen in this case, means the this is the also very important, because in the pachytin phase or made of subphase, in this phase the crossing over will occur. Okay, pachytin. After the pachytin, leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin. Okay, diplotin will occur. And after diplotin, there is a 5th phase or 5th subphase, which we call diakinesis. diakinesis, diakinesis. Okay, these phases will involve in prophase 1. That means the prophase 1 is the most complicated phase. Okay, so we have to understand prophase 1 phase very well. So let me, I'm starting the prophase 1 phase first. Actually, these things are not given in your book, but you have to understand for the better way, because otherwise you will not understand how actually meiosis division produces the gamete which is containing the half number of chromosome. To understand that thing, you need to understand the whole thing. I know in your exam this thing will not come, but you have to understand this thing. Okay, because I'm expecting some of you will become doctor in your future, right? So these things you need to understood. So first we will understand prophase 1. So in the case of prophase 1, this is the cell. Inside the cell there is a nucleus. Okay, and outside the nucleus there is a cytoplasm present. And there is one most important thing you can say, that because during the time of division, cell division, those things are very important, which I'm drawing, because mitochondria and mitochondria, ribosomes, Golgi bodies, all those things I will not showing here, because those things are not important during the cell division. Obviously they will also get doubled and they will just divide themselves. They will also produce or increase their number, but those things are not involved in during cell division directly. Okay, so I'm drawing the centrosome. Okay, the centrosome will be like this position. So what actually happened inside the nucleus, there is this type of thread-like structure, chromatin fiber, which we call, that is genetic material. Okay, means chromosomes is unfolded in this case. Okay, and nucleolus is also present. So nucleolus, and this is nuclear membrane, the cover of the nucleus, which we call nuclear membrane. Why I'm showing you nuclear membrane? Because nuclear membrane sometimes will dissolve and sometimes it will reappear. Okay, means disappear and reappearing. All those things you have to remember, because during that cell division these kind of things are important. Nuclear membrane, and there is centriole. Okay. So this is actually the normal time, or during the interphase, this kind of structure it will show. But after the package prophase 1, when it will enter in the prophase 1 or the subphase of the prophase 1, that is packaging, not packaging, leptotin. Okay, that leptotin, during the time of leptotin, this nuclear genetic content or chromosome thread which started to packaging, I mean start to thickening. Okay, they will just start to thickening and they will just produce this kind of structure, like they are condensing their structure. Okay, this kind of structure it will produce. These are centromere. Okay, and in this case means leptotin. This during this phase nuclear membrane is present, remain same, I mean, and nucleolus also remains same. Just this centriole which start to just moving towards the each other, I mean towards the opposite pole of the cell. Just it will start to moving opposite pole of the cell. So after the leptotin, zygotin will occur, which we also call the zygonyma. You don't need to remember those things, or you don't need now those things. But just after leptotin, there is a zygotin. During that zygotin, what actually happened? This kind of structure it will started to produce. I'm showing here only one set of chromosome. Okay, this kind of structure it will start producing, because the chromosome needs to condense and chromosome needs to thicken in this during the time of cell division, because after thickening or after condensing it will easily divide. Okay, or it needs to also duplicate. So these things will happen. So during this is the structure of zygotin, and after zygotin what actually happened? The packaging will happen. During that time this centriole already came in this position and already start to producing astral rays. Okay, which I already explained. Astral rays are the rays or the thread-like structure which is covering the centriole. So this kind of structure it will show, and nucleolus also start to disappearing in this phase. Nucleolus also disappearing in this phase. And already I forgot to show you that the double content structure of chromosome. Okay, it's remaining from the first time to this time also. The chromosome content is already got doubled during the phase of interphase. Okay, so this kind of structure it will show during the packaging. I already told you that it will just come to closer to each other and it will just combine. I mean they will just exchange their genetic material. How they will exchange their genetic material? This arm of the chromosome, these are homologous chromosome. Okay, I already explained that. I'm showing you different color with the better visual. Okay, for better visual. So after this combination, I mean this kind of structure, they will exchange their genetic material. Means during the time of next phase which we call, this is Pachydian phase. Pachydian phase. After Pachydian phase, the diplotin phase will occur. That during the diplotin phase, I'm showing you the nucleus portion only. Okay, suppose this is the nucleus of diplotin phase. Okay, these chromosomes will repel to each other. Okay, repulsion will start here. Okay, and they will go in a distance to each other like this way. But it's remain attached with each other. They just started to move away from each other, but they remain attached this portion, which we call the chiasma. Means the Pachydian stage, the chiasma formation starts. Okay. So after that, what actually happened? They will. This is the happening in the case of diplotin. Okay. And after diplotin, the diakinesis will occur, and during diakinesis, these chromosomes already share their genetic material. They almost start to detach with each other. Okay. They almost start to detach with each other, but they will remain attached, but for the few portion only. So after diakinesis, the prophase 1 stage is finished in this time, and now it will enter in the prophase, metaphase. Okay, and during the metaphase, what actually happened, I'm showing you here. During metaphase, these chromosomes already share their genetic material. And this nuclear membrane start to dissolving or disappearing. Nucleolus is also disappear in this case. Almost disappear nuclear membrane. Okay. And that centriole which already reach in the portion, the opposite portion to each other. And the astral rays are already formed, and the fiber, spindle fiber, which is formed in the metaphase. Because this spindle fiber will passes through only this position, the centromere position. Means this kind of structure it will produce. Okay, they just got arranged in the mid portion or the equatorial position, and from the central position or the centromere region, the spindle fibers will passes, and after this phase, this is not Pachydian phase, this is the phase of metaphase. So after metaphase, what will happen? The same thing which is happen in the case of mitosis division, that will happen. What was that? That is, this centromere region will detach, means this portion will start to breaking down. Okay, this portion will start to breaking down, and this spindle fiber will attract or repel this spindle fibers will attract these positions or this one chromatin, and they will come in this region. Okay, after the metaphase phase. After metaphase, the anaphase will happen, and the case of anaphase, this chromatin fiber will reach in the position of the centriolar position. Okay, means the opposite side of each other they will reach, means this kind of structure it will show. Only one chromatin fiber will reach at each side, and this chromatin fiber will become actually the chromosome. And also cytokinesis, means these are the karyokinesis which is occurring here, means the division of chromosome. And also this time cytokinesis also already started. Okay, cytokinesis means the division of cytoplasm. So after this thing, this movement which is called the anaphase movement, during that time the chromosome fiber or the chromatin fiber will reach at the end of the opposite side of the cell. So after anaphase, the telophase will occur. During the telophase, this spindle fiber will also start to disappearing, and this spindle fiber will also start to disappearing, and nuclear membrane will again reappear. Nuclear membrane will again reappear, and the constriction or the furrow or the cell cleavage will produce like this way, and the cell will divide after some period of time. Okay, so this is happened in telophase. So this kind of things will happen in the meiotic 1 phase and meiotic 2 phase. In the meiotic 2 phase, the same thing will happen which I already explained in the mitosis division. Means meiotic 2 division is also, you can say, the like some kind of mitotic division. Okay, so meiotic is the special kind of cell division which is happened only on our gamete cell during the formation of gamete cell. Okay, so now we will understand the chromosome. So before understanding chromosome, what is the chromosome location? I hope you already know that inside the cell, there is a nucleus, and inside the nucleus there is a chromosomes present. Okay, chromosomes present. And if I zoom in this portion, and I will show you that how it actually looks, then chromosome, you can see chromosome. Okay, chromosome will looks like chromatin fiber. I mean, this chromosome, if you unfold this chromosome, chromatin fiber will appear. And how it actually looks, this is the DNA and this is the histone protein. This DNA is binding with the histone protein. Okay, this kind of structure it will show if I zoom this portion. And now I am zooming this portion, means histone protein and DNA contained the chromosome. Okay, means these are histone protein plus DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, so histone protein and DNA contains the chromosome, And if I zoom in this portion, we can see that chromosome will be, if I zoom in this portion will be look like this. Okay, this kind of structure it will show. This kind of structure means this is a DNA. Okay, this is a DNA. Okay, this kind of structure it will show. This is a DNA which is present inside the chromosome. Means chromosome actually contains with the DNA and histone proteins, and these are the histone proteins which is, there are sub molecules or monomers are actually present. If I say this histone protein, I mean I'm zooming this portion now. Okay, I'm zooming this portion now. This histone protein, how it actually looks. This histone protein is containing some type of protein which we call, or some type of actually amino acid. Listen, proteins are containing with amino acid only. Okay, so there are several types of amino acid combined with each other, and they will produce the protein. Okay, so histone protein is containing some type of monomer which we call H1A, H2A octamer. Actually, these are the octamer bind with each other and they will produce the histone molecule, this histone molecule. Okay, H2B, H3 and H4. Again, behind the H2A there is another H2A. Okay, this kind of structure it will show. This kind of structure it will show. Okay, this is a histone octamer. We call this is a histone octamer, and this histone octamer is containing different type of protein which we call the H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Okay, and behind this H3 or H4 there is also one octamer or one more monomer. I mean this H4 also present behind the H4. Okay, this front H4 which is present in the anterior portion. So this kind of octamer is containing the histone protein. So DNA is containing only chromosome is containing only DNA and histone protein. And now this chromosome, if we talk about this chromosome, there are different type of chromosomes can be present on the basis of the centromere region. If the centromere region present in the mid portion, which we call the metacentric chromosome. Okay, means if chromosome is containing this kind of structure, shows centromere is present in the mid portion, which we call metacentric chromosome. And chromosome, suppose in the centromere is present not mid portion, the side of the mid portion, which we call the submetacentric chromosome. Means centromere is present in this region which we call the submetacentric. Submetacentric chromosome. And there are two other kind of chromosomes present. If the centromere region is present in the tail portion, or like this position, almost tail, not totally in portion, almost in position, if the centromere is present this kind of position, centromere present, then we will call the acrocentric chromosome. Okay, acrocentric chromosome. And if centromere is present totally end portion, then we will call it a telocentric chromosome. Like this kind of structure it will show. Here I am showing. Okay, Here the chromosome centromere is present, the end portion of the chromosome. Then we will call it a telocentric because in the tail portion it's present. Telocentric chromosome. So on the basis of centromere, chromosome can be divided in this category, 4 category, which is, first I told you that metacentric means the centromere region is present in the mid portion of the chromosome, and submetacentric means the after or the side of the mid portion, which we call the submetacentric, okay, and the acrocentric, which is approx in the side of the tail side or the end portion of the chromosome, but not totally in the end portion of the chromosome, which we call the acrocentric, like this position. In this position centromere is present, if then we will call that is acrocentric chromosome. And telocentric chromosome are those type of chromosome, their centromere region is present in the tail portion or the end portion of the chromosome, okay. So this centromere region, according to the presence of the centromere region, their movement is also different, okay. Movement means during the time of anaphase movement, in the phase of anaphase, the chromosomes will start to pulling in the opposite side of the inside of the cell, okay, like this way. Whenever chromosome is start to pulling this area, it will show different type of structure, okay, due to the presence of centromere only. Whenever it will pull in the end portion or the opposite polar portion, this centromere will start to forming a size, okay, and this size is on the basis of only centromere, because if the centromere region is present in the mid portion, then it will show V-like structure, because if I am pulling this portion, okay, then what will happen, this portion, this the opposite arm, I mean both the arm will bend and it will produce V-like structure, V-shaped structure. And if I pull from this portion, like in the case of submetacentric, if I pull this portion, or what will happen, this will show L type of structure during anaphase movement. And acrocentric chromosome, it will show the J-like structure or J-shaped structure, okay, because it whenever it will pull from this portion, it will show J-like structure. And in the case of telocentric chromosome, it will show I type of structure during the anaphase movement, okay, I type of structure it will produce. So these are the things actually you have to understand. And one more thing, the DNA structure. If I talked about DNA structure, the Watson and Crick, the scientists who actually discovered the DNA structure, how actually DNA looks like. The structure of the DNA is double helical structure. This kind of structure, it discovered by the Watson and Crick in the year 1953, okay. So during that time, before the 1953, I mean before the discovering of the structure of the DNA, we were unaware or unknown the structure. So after the discovery of this structure, we got to know that this type of structure is the DNA, and the DNA will show the double helical one or each helical or main base plate. These are the base plate, and this type of base plate is actually contained, this DNA is actually contained mainly polynucleotide, means lots of nucleotide when attached with each other, they will produce polynucleotide structure, and this DNA is mainly contains with the polynucleotide. First understand what actually polynucleotide is, okay. Polynucleotide is mainly made up of few things, which is pentose sugar, and this sugar is very important. If I show you the structure of this sugar, pentagonal structure it will produce obviously, And this pentose sugar is present in the case of DNA and as well as in the case of RNA. Okay, but on the basis of the hydrogen group, we just categorize them like deoxy ribose sugar or only ribose sugar. Like if I talked about DNA, the full name of the DNA is deoxy ribonucleic acid. And if I talked about the RNA, RNA is also the genetic material. Like in the case of higher organisms like humans, dogs, cow, all those higher organisms, their genetic material means the genetic content which carry the character from parents to offspring. That character will carry by the DNA, because DNA is the thing which is carrying the genetic genes also. Okay, so in the case of higher organisms, the genetic material is DNA, but in the case of lower organisms, the genetic material is RNA. Okay, means they doesn't have any DNA. Their main genetic material is RNA, but RNA is not as much as stable like DNA. So RNA, due to the presence of RNA, those lower class of organisms get easily mutation in their body. Okay, like in the case of viral flu or in the case of all type of virus, they are mainly containing the RNA, and due to the instability of the RNA, those viruses get easily evolved or they get variation in their body and they will produce different type of disease. And those diseases were unknown sometimes, like in COVID cases, okay, like coronavirus, that is also. So if I talked about RNA, that is the full name, or RNA is mainly composed of ribonucleic acid only, not deoxyribonucleic acid. It's mainly, full name is ribonucleic acid. Why it's ribonucleic acid and why this is deoxyribonucleic acid? Okay, understand that. Means here the structure of the pentose sugar, which I was talking about, that polynucleotide means nucleotide is containing pentose sugar plus the nitrogen base plus phosphate group. These things which we call the nucleic acid. Okay, nucleic acid. Okay, means nucleic acid are maybe DNA or it may be RNA, and if it is DNA, it is containing mainly the nucleotide. Nucleotides means pentose sugar, which is like this kind of structure. It will produce pentose sugar, and with that nitrogen base and phosphate group. If this kind of things we will get together, means we will take together, that will produce the polynucleotide or nucleotide. And this nucleotide is the main thing of the DNA. In the case of RNA, the nitrogen base and phosphate group will remain same, only pentose sugar. Here in the case of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, but in the case of RNA, that is ribonucleic acid only present. Means here the oxygen group is absence of this oxygen group. Okay, so we call deoxy because oxygen group is absent in the case of, in the second position. Okay, here is the first position, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, or fourth carbon. Okay, and here fifth carbon is present. So in the second position, the oxygen group is removed. In the case of deoxy, means the oxygen group is absent, and in the case of ribonucleic acid, here the oxygen group is present. So if I talked about the structure, here the main base which is contained, or this base, the structure, the main base structure is containing only this pentose sugar and phosphate group only, and inside the thing which is a bond like structure is showing, that is actually the nitrogen base. Okay, and this nitrogen base actually containing different type of nitrogen base, like it can be adenine, guanine, cytosine or thymine. Okay, I'll write it here because you have to understand this. So mainly chromosome is containing the DNA. Okay, inside the chromosome, if I unfold the chromosome, there is a DNA and histone protein is present. Okay, so chromosome, ओके इसका इंक खत्म हो गया, मैं पेन चेंज कर लेता हूं. ओके, chromosome, so mainly chromosome is containing DNA and histone, and different type of histone monomer is present with it will produce histone octamer, which is H2A, H2B, which I already show you. Okay, now we will talk about DNA, because DNA is the main genetic material which is carrying the genetic character from parent to offspring, and this DNA is containing only the nucleotide. Okay, lots of nucleotide base or lots of nucleotide, when attached with each other, it will produce polynucleotide, and that polynucleotide is mainly the DNA. How it actually polynucleotides, what kind of things are actually produced, this polynucleotide? So DNA is mainly made up of polynucleotide, means nucleotide. So nucleotide is mainly composed of pentose sugar plus phosphate group. Pentose sugar, phosphate group, and one more important thing, which is nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. Okay, and if I talked about this nitrogenous base, there are different type of nitrogen bases present. Like in the case of DNA, that is different, and in the case of RNA, that is different. Like adenine. No, first let me divide this nitrogenous base in two categories. One is purine and second is pyrimidine. So there are two type of purines are present, which is adenine and second is guanine. And if I talked about the pyrimidine, there are three type of pyrimidine is present, which we call CUT. Okay, in the simplest form, which we call CUT. C for cytosine, U for uracil, cytosine, uracil, and thymine. Okay, so that is the short form. Remember that. Cytosine, uracil, and thymine. So in the case of DNA, this adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine is present. Means in the case of DNA, the 4 nitrogen base is present, which is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Okay, adenine and guanine are purine, and these are the pyrimidine. And in the case of RNA, there are different type of nitrogen base present. I mean, adenine and guanine is same. Okay, but in this case, instead of thymine, there is a uracil present and cytosine is present. Okay, these are the pyrimidine and this is the purine. So this type of structure it will show, means in the case of DNA and in the case of RNA. You can differentiate DNA and RNA on the basis which I have already explained. Okay. And there is also one important thing which I have already explained, that is pentose sugar. In the case of pentose sugar, in the case of DNA, that is deoxyribose pentose sugar is present. Means the ribose pentose sugar, which is deoxy, means oxygen is absent in the case of DNA. But in the case of RNA, the oxygen is present in the second position. That is ribose pentose sugar. Okay. So this is what we have understood in the topic, which is chromosome. And before that, we already understood the meiosis division. And in the last class, we have understood also mitosis division. So if you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can, okay, let me tell you one more important thing or interesting thing, that is our chromosome. There is, in our body, there is 23 pair of chromosome is present. How many chromosomes are present? 23 pair of chromosome is present. And in 23 pair of chromosome, 22 pair of chromosome, which we call our body chromosome. Okay. On the basis of the body chromosome and sex chromosome, or the germ chromosome, which we call, 22 pair of chromosome, which we call body chromosome, and 1 pair of chromosome, which we call sex chromosome, because this chromosome actually determining our sex, what actually its gender will happen. Okay. There is X, which will come from always, no, not XX, which is containing in the case of female. Means this chromosome is actually producing the maleness or femaleness, okay, in the human body. So in the case of females, they contains their sex chromosome is XX, and in the case of male, their sex chromosome is XY. Okay. So these are, you have understood already that our body chromosome and sex chromosome. So this, on the basis of this chromosome, gender are actually determining, okay, which determine how actually the gender is. If the X chromosome is present, Y chromosome is present, then the maleness will produce and the newborn baby will become male. And if both the chromosome is X chromosome, then the baby will produce, the female baby will produce. Okay. So on the basis of this chromosome, the gender will determine. So this is what we have understood in this topic. Thank you.